statement game. We're going to keep our eyes on the prize, which happens to be this best of one. MOUZ Sports versus GODSENT. We're going to Nuke to kick off this play-in, and we're going to do it with Sponge and Dinko. Take it away, guys.
Looking forward to this one. GODSENT versus MOUZ kicking off Katowice 2022. We're back on land. We've got the best teams. We're starting to play in, Chad. And coming into this one, MOUZ Sports versus GODSENT. This is a map that I feel GODSENT are going to have a great bit of excitement. They're innovators on this map. Yeah, and the debut of MOUZ here is obviously a big talking point for today. There's your 1x bet odds in the middle of your screen. Pretty even pickings right there, but a slower start as lobby control taken here and a ramp presence from Barton as co. Dexter's over there to deal with this. Phelps having a little bit of a look in towards Hut. So they're just feeling out right now what type of CT defense MOUZ Sports are opting for here. Couple of mollies, couple of flashes, some stuff to work with, and a bit of action on ramp. Dexter will alleviate his position immediately, dropping down with the first piece of info. GODSENT now turning into an A-play. Frozen will be the first player tested and taken out swiftly by Phelps. Trade back from JDC, the newest kid on the block, but MBK certainly has been around it a few times. Just one for him as JDC gets back into play. MOUZ Sports hold the advantage. Lato could pull that back, and he certainly will. Numbers once again evened out as we go 1 minute on this clock. Plenty of time to work with right here, trying to pull the rotations across the map here, and now continuing to turn their attention. Dink onto JDC. He's low. Buttons down the vent. They've changed route. Yeah, got the bomb down into the B site. Lato is even cutting off rotations, so buying his teammate a little bit of time, but he has to plant behind the boxes, and Dexter realizes he's got a chance for a 1 versus 1. If he can drop Barton, that would make things easier, but Barton's so ready. Dexter goes down. JDC now into the clutch. His first tournament of play here at IEM Katowice for the stand-in team of MOUZ, and let's see if he can get it done. Straight to the defuse with a kid on his back. He's just gonna stick it. Right in his face. First round for MOUZ Sports. Well, certainly he's got ice in his veins, Chad. First round of play, and he just sticks the defuse. Yeah, no nerves right there. What a huge round from him. Subbed in last minute. And they pull this one around. You look at the round, how it kicked off. GODSENT pulling them across the map, forcing that ramp rotation, pushing Dexter lower. They peel into topside. They do all the damage with the dinks, and now just sit the defuse. Pros don't fake, and there it is from JDC. Yeah, this player has a lot of talking around him as well. A lot of people thinking it's even maybe an upgrade for the team. He's got a lot of excitement. Well, that is certainly a statement in the pistol. Well, I think GODSENT have gone for that here in the second round. The buy is in, and, well, without squeaky door, Taco's going to make a bit of space. MBK needs to be careful about this one. He's down the vent and audible there, so that will be communicated from Taco, and if he's quick on this, he might get a free kill in the back right here. MBK not looking, down the vent, Tech 9 in hand, and, well, see you later. Alligator pulls the trigger just in time, but that's the opening for GODSENT. Yeah, nearly a little jump scare there, but luckily pulled through. GODSENT get down the vent, and Taco looking to take as much control as he can. Teammates of MOUZ Sports trying to rotate down. They've taken control and pushing into lobby. They're going to meet a couple players head on. And this spacing's not so great, but oh no, Frozen takes down JDC on the fallback. And the numbers again favor GODSENT. Barton, he sticks around, and Frozen's going to go down, leaving just Torzy. And this start for MOUZ looked good in the pistol, but GODSENT right back into play. Yikes, this is going to be difficult now. The scout in hand, and he's thrust forward again. He knows there's rifles to find here towards lobby, so maybe looking for a bit of an upgrade, but walking straight into where the bomb lies. Not really got the weapon for the job, but a couple of players have been chunked down. Phelps on 12 HP, Barton on 60. If he can get the timing around the back, now he's got an M4. Certainly has the upgrade and has a chance for this one. They can cross right into his crosshair in the 1v1s. That's one of the players down. Again, Phelps on 12 HP. They're trying to figure out how can we get Torzy out of this position. There is limited time, and Torzy goes, but right into the waiting arms of Dumao playing on top HUD. GODSENT stay cool under pressure, close it out to tie up the scoreline. That could have got really, really strange right there for a second. Torzy could have been pulling off a clutch right after JDC, but not to be, and now they're the ones who are going to be feeling the ramifications of this. So MBK, you can see what he's trying to do there, right? You want to, as that rotator player, you have to deal with that if Secret is a possibility. Drops down the vent. Unfortunately, Taco, a little bit too swift for him, and pulls the trigger just in time. But well closed out there and well handled. Dumao, a name that we need to keep our eyes on here for GODSENT. Dumao and Phelps, they're the highest rated players for this team. So we'll keep an eye on them as Torzy keeps an eye on Phelps and Lato, trying to cross fast towards Secret. More smokes and flashes laid on out, and space taken as they've crept into warehouse. Torzy's shot not going to land any damage. Phelps, should have, but Torzy able to come back with a deagle in time. That's a good opening for MOUZ, one that they didn't expect to pick up. Yeah, this can still go back and forth, right? Neither team able to establish the economy just yet. The force buy-in from MOUZ is still threatening with these deagles.
They have the opening pick. Now they can use their number advantage here. Sure, the weapons are a bit of an issue, but play hide and seek with GODSENT, force them to comb through the map here, clear out all these close choke points, and make a bit of a choice. And the choice seems to be made, slinking down Secret. Taco and Barton with the bomb, leading the charge into the hands of MBK and Frozen.
This should be a meat grinder for MOUZ, but MBK swings out. Frozen now caught on the stairway. Drops his way down in towards the site, closes the double doors to try and buy a little bit of time for those ramp rotates to come down, and MOUZ Sports find a couple of kills now. A team kill, another one, Chad. It's 3 rounds in play, 2 team kills already, and a 1 versus 2 for Dumau's rifle.
Still has plenty of time here. 30 seconds feels like an eternity in this, but it has just been so chaotic. The opening 3 rounds of this game, it's been odd.
If he goes up to A, there's no one here right now. That's going to give him some time to put that bomb down. Not only that, but get into a post-plant position, but he has
that's going to cost him some time.
That's crucial seconds now gone.
Defensive smoke, you can see how paranoid he is. He has no idea where these last 2 could be coming from, but if he can get away, if he can fortify a position in lobby here, he can play out this 1-on-2.
No kit nor utility here for MOUZ, so they still have to move quite swiftly with the weaker weaponry. Dumau's got himself a good position as he pushes through lobby. He can come through the door side as both players in MOUZ now encroach from heaven. Starting to try and figure out where Dumau is. Can they pull them into the fight? Again, this time is certainly a limiting factor here for MOUZ's chances, and they're not sticking the defuse. Dumau creeping forward, headshot for JDC. MOUZ fight back with the pistols.
And it's these 2 right here from the Academy roster. Look, if you haven't been paying attention to the storyline, these 2 youngsters right here, Torzi, well, he got promoted to the main team, right? Replaced A-Core. But JDC, last-minute replacement for BMAS, who couldn't be here. And, well, the first 3 rounds of Counter-Strike, you're already seeing what they have to offer. It has been messy. It's been sloppy, but it's been entertaining.
I think you can see why the NXT team are above MOUZ on the ranking at times. True. That team was absolutely nuts, and these players coming up, and yeah, it was worrying to me the fact that, okay, we've seen MOUZ have all this practice, but how are they going to perform without the team actually put together? But JDC hasn't skipped a beat. Torzi's the real deal so far, but here comes another force buy from GODSENT.
Oh, this might be a top pop quickly here. Taco is lining up a smoke there to extinguish the molly, and the flashes, they're going to go.
And Phelps charges with a MAC-10. They haven't checked top hut, but with the flashes up, it's allowed. The lineup as JDC comes in with 2. And GODSENT's quick rounds in this back and forth finally comes to an end.
Yeah, they've handled it. The Force by Wars are 1. MOUZ Sports are going to reign supreme right here. And look, this is the first chance we're getting to see MBK back in the server. The desk was touching on that. Torzi in the main jersey. Frozen and Dexter, the only remnants left over. There's even a new coach. So with MOUZ Sports, there's so much to dig into here of how they're going to start approaching the game. What are they going to change? And can they be a threat? Well, so far here they are definitely keeping GODSENT honest. Dumau with 1, but I think it might just be a bit of a consolation here. Anything he can do to the economy is great, right? Continue to get a couple of kills, keep MOUZ Sports in a bit of an awkward position, but it's most likely going to be a GODSENT eco going into the next round of play.
And MOUZ will look to recover the economy, utility, so incredibly important here with this CT side, especially on Nuke. The fact that it's gone to Nuke, I think GODSENT will be pretty happy with that. You know, this is a team that I don't think many people had great expectations when this team was put together, but Taco's proven himself to be pretty proficient in-game leader at times.
Yeah, I think the story there around Taco, right, obviously going back to Brazil and then recruiting some up-and-coming talent alongside of Phelps, that's really good for the scene, and I think that you're seeing the profits of that, right? Because he was investing in the future, right? A lot of grafting, a lot of hard work, but we already saw towards the tail end of last year, it's starting to pay off. IEM Winter, they look pretty good. Now, with Nuke, you're mentioning the map choice. It's a weird one to get into here, because Nuke is a map where I feel like there can be a lot of tells, right, in terms of T-side strategies and how you want to approach rounds. So if Syker and the new coach over there at MOUZ has done his homework, right, maybe there's a couple of things that they can work out, they can identify in this GODSENT game. But here we go. It is that aforementioned eco round. And should just be looking to farm up some kills here. Frozen, he's gotten off the negative. I'm sure this kid is going to put a lot more frags down in this map. Frozen, look, he's the main star now. He's the main star of this team. Until we see what Torzi has to offer, and we're seeing more of that now on the Eco Bash. Frozen's the guy to look towards here.
Yeah, and MOUZ, you know, scared us a little bit with the announcement. Ended up being a great positive for MOUZ, picking up,
right, yeah,
re-signing Frozen, multi-year deal. So he's going to be sticking around for a long time, and he really was the player that if he played well when Rops was in the team, for example, it always felt like MOUZ were winning the map, right? They would always win the map if Frozen had a good performance. It's just finding that consistency to to become that beast that we know he can be time and time again. But yeah, like you said, he is the star now. He should be getting all that space, all the roles that he wants, and I'm sure we'll see the elevation of Frozen throughout this year.
It's still a pretty young team as well, right? I know Rops went out, but bringing in a couple of other younger players here as well. But we're into the gun rounds. Feels like we've almost had gun rounds throughout. Smokes towards Yard, nice and quick. There's two from Lado quite fast, and Taco, load up and squeaky, mollied main, misdirections. They're looking for a top pop again.
Just looking to do it once more. Smoke comes in, they're just going to disrespect it and charge into the site. JDC's been fantastic in this position, but not this time around. It's taken out of play, and now it's MBK up on top of Hut, and the numbers dwindle yet again for GODSENT, down to the 2v4. They've got to dig themselves out of this hole, the barrel. Oh, Lado slipping by MBK down. He knows exactly where Torsey is, but this guy's quick. MOUZ, pick it up.
Yeah, well handled there, right? And not a whole lot of variation out of GODSENT, just trying to force the rotations. We've seen that on the pistol. It seems like a consistent theme for them, but not moving, not getting fooled here as the top hit at a minute 33. You can see it right there. Just flashes and a smoke towards main, so not a lot of utility to aid this, right? They're hoping that the bomb site is a little bit weaker. Well, when the AWP's right there next to the T-vent, you have a bit of a problem. Tech9's out again, and we've already seen that work in a couple of rounds before, but very top-heavy. This is looking like Fury is in the server instead.
A little bit of Brazilian flat. Here they go again. Frozen. First pick is in, Taco down, and not really finding too much success in these opening fights, but that turns around. Molotov killing the MBK, JDC gone, and MOUZ Sports now setting up for a Heaven retake.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there with MBK smoke. It looked like he got it off in time, but that nade could be brilliant. Onto Bun, he's out of play. 3-on-3, bomb goes down, 40 seconds thrust onto the clock, and here they go.
I love this group up from MOUZ, but it is only 1-for-1, and Dumao is up with 3 kills in the round. It is on Torsey with the AWP. He swoops his way down, silent in the smoke. The stealth play with Lato as well as he trades position. Torsey's aware of this possibility. He is so honed in on this. He has a 1v1 right in front of him. He's quick, and he is quick. Straight to the defuse. He's just sticking it. Oh, he knows the bomb is around the corner, and Torsey. Oh my God, what a clutch. This guy just doesn't feel the pressure at all.
Wow. The fact that he knows there's a player in the smoke, just identifies he can isolate a one-on-one by staying in the site right there, and another round where they just sit the defuse. GODSENT are going to start. Oh, look, I'd be fuming. I'd be fuming. 2 of these rounds right here have just gone to the virtue of sitting the defuse in a one-on-one situation. Big balls on these youngsters.
Yeah, and Lado, I'm sure, thought he had that. That was the play in his head that was working so well. And Torsey's just so ready, so cerebral.
You get it right. Oh, wait, hold up a second. We're straight into the action here with Dumao taking that AWP, looking for a bit of an opening. We have the rotation for Torsey, though, with the big green on the other side, straight towards lower. Not a bad nade. Chunks a bit of damage away here. Gives some information, and Dumao will pedal back as the smoke lands. Now, look, we haven't seen them condition Yard just yet, and I know that these rounds have been scrappy and they have been close, but they haven't been doing the traditional plays towards outside where they take that space. Torsey actually given a bit of a gift here.
It's about to be an option between him and Dumao. Dumao has the better of Torsey, and that's the opening for GODSENT.
Just so quiet towards Yard, right? There was no smokes down. That molly seemed like it was a bit of a tell in the favor of GODSENT, right? Okay, why have they mollied here, right? We haven't thrown too much out towards Yard. You can see that they still have 4 of their smokes remaining, right? So GODSENT have been a bit frugal with their utility so far. But now Phelps is having a bit of a crawl. The smoke's in the air, they will bloom. So much room to work with here, and he's even ahead of the smokes on this. Very brave from Phelps.
The MOUZ being proactive again, searching for information. Dexter will be that front player who might just push alongside MBK. First distraction, first pull is Dexter, and here comes MBK as well if needed, but it's all getting shut down. MOUZ with the re-aggression in the mid-round, able to make it happen, and it's all onto Phelps. The 1 versus 3 as he comes back in from Heaven. Phelps is a player that can certainly pull these kind of things off.
I don't think he has a chance. Yeah. Look, he's got a couple of things against him right here. Yeah. Big dramas regarding the time, the fact the bomb's down, we're in the lobby. It's not going to be too easy for him, and yeah, we're going to see the save come on out. Now, this is a 7-1 scoreline. This is not where you want to find yourself if you are GODSENT early. This is good fundamental Counter-Strike so far from MOUZ. Like every round, that right now, if you're the team who's going to play them next, if you're at home, if you're a MOUZ Sports fan, we should all be looking for similar things. Who's playing where? What are they doing well? Are the fundamentals good? Right? Where's the team play? Because then you can start to gauge where this team is at, even with a stand-in, right? I think we heard some promising things coming out of the camp regarding how quickly TaWS was starting to be integrated into the newer roster. But yeah, look, this stand-in situation is going to throw a little bit of a spanner in the works. But we're back underway, plenty of cash to splash.
GODSENT with a pace this time.
Yeah, and a lot more smokes, but there's a big gap here.
Phelps going to peer over the top of them, boosted up onto red. Oh, the AWP of Torsi gets spotted, taken out again.
It's 2 rounds in a row he's been the first death. Now, last time around, GODSENT stalled out, went back to lobby and lost to the fundamentals. This time they're taking space out, Squeaky Taco. He gives one right back. I can see what he's trying to do, but now they're in a 4-on-4.
Hasn't worked out at all. And all that hard work to remove the impact of Torsi, drawn back into the 4v4. Although, taking the enemy AWP out of play that early in the round is certainly going to give you much more space to play with.
Yeah, like last round, Phelps, with those smokes, he got all the space but didn't find the kills because MOUZ Sports went aggressive into lobby. This time round, they're standing put.
Frozen. Gets the early warning system. Phelps able to recover, and yet no player goes down in this engagement.
They know he's pinned here.
Solo as well, Frozen just waiting for the timing. Here comes the walk into ramp. Dexter hears it out, throws the incendiary down. Frozen actually best Phelps in that fight, so they have removed him from play. GODSENT is starting to struggle here. They don't have a lot of map control available to them now.
Yeah, I think they want to go Squeaky to vent. There's the molly on Frozen's position. A little bit more utility to keep him at bay. 30 seconds remaining. Yeah, 3-on-4, maybe, just maybe. It could be a save.
Oh, lovely shot on the MBK. JDC's turn to hold down the site. He only gets the one. And now it's Frozen's turn to try and stop Lado from getting over to the site. Lato taps his head, and now it's a 1-versus-1. Dexter coming back in from heaven. Lado's taken so much damage. Dexter has no utility, but Lato doesn't know where he's coming from. And because of that, Dexter gets the element of surprise. Creeps up heaven, gets the kill from above.
Yeah, that's a simple one right there for Dexter to clean on up. Just all these pressure moments, right? I think that these clutches that have gone against GODSENT will start to build up mentally now. And also for Taco with the game plan, because if you look at these rounds and go, well, we should have won that one, right? The strat was good, right? We accomplished what we needed to. We got into the site, we got the bomb down, but we lost the post plan. So right there, that's difficult for Taco to try and navigate around when you're losing rounds to either virtue of a good play from the opponent or the fact that maybe your guys dropped the ball. Regardless, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for the calls going forward for GODSENT here. They are able to get the rifles out one more time. Zoom out back into the big green.
Feels like they've had a lot of buys for a team that only has 1 round.
Yeah, it's been a very competitive half considering the scoreline, right? There's been a few rounds that if they've gone the other way, maybe they devastate the economy of MOUZ. But now they have to work hard, and it's going to get harder. Phelps is down. Torsi, not the first death this time. And this is, yeah, I know that normally as soon as I say this, what happens in Counter-Strike is it becomes like an 8-7, 9-6 half, but it's looking pretty rough now for GODSENT because in the pacier rounds that they've had, well, they've traded pretty efficiently, but then they've still lost in the clutches. When they've got the opening kills, then they've continued to saunter out on their own, the Phelps example and the Taco example in back-to-back rounds, but then they went just and died, and okay, well, now we're back in a 4v4. So there's a few issues here, and I'm not sure how GODSENT can look to remedy this, especially as they're down in a 4-on-5 this time. Maybe that's the necessity, not getting that opening pick.
They're going to start making their way towards outside. 1 minute left. Dexter has repositioned down into low bomb site. In fact, he will be ready for the secret walk down, and he's going to have numbers coming his way. We'll see how Dexter deals with this one.
Oh, lazy
First goes
clear.
past, they haven't cleared him out. Oh, Dexter luckily gets away with 1. That could have been a disaster for Dexter. And now his teammates trying to get down to the site, but Lato has followed up, and GODSENT into the 3v3. Barton's going to hold down that vent drop as well, but Torsi, oh, quick shot, bomb down, and now he's looking for the follow-up. Taco looking to recover the kill. Barrel goes around the corner. Torsi will take that all day long. Goes back for the 3K. Doesn't close it out just yet, but Barton put into the 1v3.
Yeah, this is a miserable position right now for Barton. They're all around him, and there's no time.
He gets into the vent. He has the bomb in his back, Chad. He could sprint up the ladder, but even that's being watched. MBK has that.
Handled. All right. Well, a round that looked good again in the sense of, yeah, they're able to get in towards lower. You feel like Dexter's probably worth a couple more there. Difficult position for him to find himself in. But yeah, GODSENT really starting to struggle here, and Taco looking a little bit flat. You can understand why.
It's frustrating when you get into, I'm sure you can add to this, in terms of when you are calling the right idea, you're getting into situations, but it's the little details that are costing you, and you never really get control of the economy. You start to run out of ideas because MOUZ are adapting to your initial game plan. It's hard to find those answers.
Yeah, and they're getting space, right? This is an example where they were able to manufacture space. You could see the type of smoke wall they threw. It wasn't a telegraph one from spawn. Yeah. They crawled through, got to red, through the smoke. That's the thing. It's not like the ideas have looked bad. It's not like the execution in a lot of occasions has looked bad. It's the closing out the round. And that right now is where GODSENT need a hero. Phelps, one of the stars of this team, sitting on 3 kills. You'd love him to just be able to grab you a nice round, get this party started. But back into the lower buy. And maybe we see the top pop again. They've run this a few times.
Finding them the most success, getting into the site at least, but JDC plays close to a Squeaky, and they're right to the smoke. It's an easy first kill, but MBK this time, getting the 3K on the shutdown, and the quick round from GODSENT might just end in a flawless victory for MOUZ, and it will. MBK, what a hold.
Yikes, this is, starting to look bleak right now. I think JDC and Torzy think if this is what Tier 1 was like, why weren't we doing that the whole time? But, I know they've been back-to-back in the Academy League down there, but this is looking way too easy for them now.
And I think a problem coming into this MOUZ team is, where's Dexter and MBK in terms of individual skill, mechanical skill? Well, if you have 3 players stepping up like this, it doesn't really matter. And also MBK having a great Eincrew position. He's just doing a lot of work. Well,
that's the thing, right? With MBK, obviously a legend in the game. If you're just tuning back in, you don't know what happened. He went to Valorant for a little while there, but we've got him back. We're getting to see what he has to offer in the server so far, and it's a handy job, right? MOUZ Sports are just taking care of business right here, and I've changed the setup again. Frozen aggressive, Torzy also at T-Red. Phelps has got a task ahead of him.
This is the player you called upon, Chad. You want to see more out of him, but he won't be getting much done in this round. Torzy takes him out of play. Frozen's also the second player here, and they're just not going to be ready for this position. The rattling of the rifle. Oh,
this is beautiful stuff right now. I'm loving everything. It looks desperate from GODSENT. Look at Taka running through a molly straight into the hands of Dexter. You don't get easier kills than that. Now Dumao going for a kill on his own. It's just one at a time, right? GODSENT can't find any traction in this, and the man on your screen, Torzy, is a huge factor of that. He's already been involved in 7 opening duels, winning 5 out of the 7, right? So great stuff from him, and that's exactly what you want from your AWPer, to be proactive, to take risks, to find you an opening. And we're getting exactly that.
Yeah, it's cool to see him being so confident to do all of that on land straight away. So, if anything, it should just get better as time goes on. Dexter playing towards the back of ramp, has got Frozen now rotating over. Dexter doesn't need it. He takes down 2 and 11 rounds now for MOUZ.
So if we take the first half of the first half, pretty competitive. Now we're getting into the second half of the first half. Yeah. It doesn't feel that way anymore. So
feels like they're running into the blender.
Yeah, and I think maybe that has something to do with all the clutch losses, running out of ideas, because we've seen a few strats recycled here, especially on these lower buys. And it's such a... Look, MOUZ Sports decided to take it here. This was between Overpass and Nuke, and MOUZ went, yeah, let's go to Nuke. So they've clearly done their homework. They're looking good. Let's see if they can post any more.
This buy doesn't give me a lot of faith here for GODSENT. Galil's out. Frozen again, getting aggressive. Torzy, yet another opening kill. He is still going aggressive. Flash is going to remove him from his position. In fact, the rifle's hunting him down, and Torzy gets hunted by Phelps. That's the kind of impact we need out of Phelps.
I've got something back here, but these mid-rounds is where they've tended to struggle. So back towards lobby, it looks like Dexter's heard at least a little bit of this. Lots of talking out of his mouth here.
He's in a good position at the ready. They're surely not going to be ready for this tight angle. Here they come around. It's the guillotine, and it's done. He calls for the aggression. JDC pushes in alongside first contact, and 12 rounds for MOUZ. This is just a shutdown.
Beautiful stuff, right? Like that angle from Dexter. Have you ever seen anybody hold there? Like, what a ratty position that is.
You just get so frustrated if you're GODSENT. You just, why is he here?
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's so much confidence coming out of the MOUZ Sports plays right now. Yeah, like you said, chuck another opening kill on that Torzy tally right here. This is a great debut. Him and JDC right now both have over 100 ADR. Like, I know it's an 11-1, 12-1 scoreline right now, and they're owning them, but these are 2 individuals who there's question marks around. We're getting those answers so early. I hope this is something we can get more of as the tournament continues, but we're out Squeaky. We got some space.
It's an attempted quick play here from GODSENT, trying to use some of that pace they had used previously that gets them towards the site in that first quarter of the game. You mentioned, Chad, but as of late, it has been shutdowns towards the side before they even get through the choke points. So first kill of the round goes JDC's way. He'll happily pick that up for MOUZ. Trade kill comes through from Latso, so at least the number's even for the time being. But Phelps' position could deliver some rewards.
We've seen him here plenty of times. At this point, I don't...
Timing! Oh, he gets one at least. He gets one. Torzy trades him out immediately. And now GODSENT, the only option is just to hit into the A side.
I feel like that summarizes this game so far, right? Like Phelps, he's found these timing windows, it's looking good. He gets a kill, instantly dead. It's like, it almost feels like it's for naught. And they don't have any space again. So GODSENT, one more time, find themselves scratching their head in this mid-round.
Yeah, it feels like MOUZ have the speed run to the answers of every question GODSENT have posed. Torzy peeking down the door, and aggression this time for the AWPer does not work out. MBK cleared out as well. And now suddenly, from a 3 versus 3 to just Dexter coming in from heaven. He has won a clutch from here before, but this one much more difficult up against 3 opponents, and Latto will not let it happen. GODSENT at least pick up another round.
Yeah, okay. Well, salvage something there. So Phelps' kill, not for naught. And they're able to put themselves at least in a position to grab 3, right? You get 3, you convert the pistol, you win the Force by Wars, then we can start to make a bit of a conversation. Now, the scoreline you're seeing now, maybe you're an older viewer, maybe you just tuned back in. Well, this is what we would have seen back in the day, but Nuke has become quite even, I would say, right? Still with a bit of a CT bias, but the Ts have so many options, forcing the CTs across the map. You don't often see 12-2 scorelines like this.
Yeah, we're no longer in the world where you can pull that back too easily.
Look, the factor is, when you're going up against MOUZ and you have no idea, right, you can only watch the old demos of how they're going to approach the game, right? So you're going in the black boxes, I like to call it. So if they have one gimmicky round they pull off after a pistol round win, that's the game, right? That is the game done and dusted. So GODSENT are going to have a hell of a CT side.
Phelps charges. First player to get a kill this round for GODSENT. JDC has been fantastic, but this time really trying to be neutralized before he can get anything done. Throws a smoke down just to buy some extra time to get those players of his teammates back into play. And in fact, he's even gone one further. He's shut down the bomb, and now it's just 2 players left for GODSENT. Luckily, they've pulled it into the 2 versus 2 and put it all on Torzy. Not ready for the angle. 12-3 half. MOUZ Sports lead the way. We'll see if GODSENT can pull this one back as you join us after the break.
Hey Future Pros, today I wanted to show you another method to
Smoke in hand, the rest with Kevlar, and on the T side of things, it's MOUZ Sports who are mainly opting for Kev, and a lot of space towards Yard. They have taken so much room.
And Latso, first player with the pressure, drops back in from Hell Window, just trying to come away with at least one. Will get overrun by MBK. Dumao now from heaven, chips down for low damage.
The bomb's gone down B. They're already into the site. There's no rotation for this. They were all dealing with that heaven crunch.
So they're going to put the bomb down, no problem here, MOUZ, but the problem certainly is the fact that they're still down a player. To get into solid post plants, maybe that can negate the problem.
Oh, wow.
And JDC, he's coming down the vent.
There's nobody here, though. Would have been a great flank if somebody was home. Now they're all going to have to fight towards ramp. The USP's trundling on down. Torzy with the P250 looking good.
Yeah, Torzy just at the decon door, can buy some time here. Phelps just trying to gleam all these positions, clear them out. JDC, Dexter with the kills. They're shutting down the pistol, and Dumao's left alone. Time's the ticking, and there's still 2 players to clear out of these spots, and even then, the time is too far gone to get involved in this one. MOUZ recover the pistol.
I love it, and they might even get Dumao here. He's going to, just link up the vents. He's going to hold on to the Kev and the kit. 9 HP to his name, so look, that's good to carry through. But just how quickly they're swinging off of each other there on MOUZ, right? It looks, well, I assume that the communication is an all-time high, right? Because just all the kills come in sync. Door swings open, fights come in, all the angles, the communication at this point for GODSENT, you know it has to be chaotic. One double, one single, there's window. They're loving it there, and that's Torzy really just showing us what he's got. JDC leading the charge with 18, Torzy with 16. Frozen, 7. It doesn't matter how you get it done. It's a win, right? But this is just not what you're expecting,
It's a positive in a way, right?
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to really rely on the star just yet.
Yeah, look, with Modesty, when he's playing for G2, right, they were playing the Blast stuff, it was online, right? And
Yep.
look, I'm not saying that he's an online, I'm just saying we haven't seen them play on LAN. So there's always that reservation with some of these younger names. Now, the environment that they're in right now, right, they're seeing everybody, there's so many players around, and they just looks like they're having fun. So, MOUZ Sports, 3 more rounds away from closing this one out. Plenty of utility. They've already managed to get Frozen and Torzi down towards Secret.
Oh, Phelps with a nasty dig. You've seen him before. Hits some unbelievable shots, so they won't be challenging him down just yet.
What that does is information now. So they relay that back to Dexter. Dexter goes, all right, well, they've already rotated a player lower. So with that information, they can start to retool, regather. His presence felt as well. Phelps was forced off his line. 50 seconds, still plenty of time to work with here, and MBK's coming in through main.
Numbers certainly coming through main here for MOUZ, but Taco in towards the vent. It's a little bit chaotic here as he now has a rifle. It's another kill for him, and they finally flush him out. But Barden's still in position up in the rafters. Are they going to be able to check for him? The distraction from Heaven, the pull into the fight for Frozen, and MOUZ will go down. A good answer there for GODSENT.
Got a bit rushed, didn't it? Right?
Yeah,
There was still
very much
50
so.
seconds left on the clock, just channeled straight through main. I think they were assuming lobby was taken with the Secret presence, but tripping over their own shoelaces right there, MOUZ, and these early force by wars, which we saw in the first half, will be continuing here. Just behind the CT vent. What an absolute nuisance Taco was there. He got a lot out of that position.
And it just seemed like because of the chaos, no one really was able to figure out how we deal with him. We just kept getting free kill over and over again.
Little note here, Torzi has a deagle in his hands, but has left over about 1k, right? That's classic from the AWPers. They want to hold on to enough money to get the big green out ASAP. But how far can they push these deagles? Taco on ramp does have the support right now with Phelps, so a 2-man crossfire here should be hard to break.
GODSENT need to avoid the force by wards. You can't go into the scrappy CS, keep it clean. Taco and Phelps certainly doing that with 3 early picks. JDC, good for 1, but that's it. Just Frozen left now in the 1v4.
Economic damage name of the game here for Frozen, but might not even get that. Lato will go down. His position is noted and... Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not like this, Frozen. They're separated as well, Chad. They're not together, they CTs, but luckily Dumao takes down Frozen. You can't give any space to players at this level.
That was a lot more costly than maybe it had to be. A couple of nice shots there from Frozen, but it still should be the eco from MOUZ, right? This is where they should tighten the belt, be a little bit more conservative.
So many rounds to play with.
Good round from Phelps there. Easy lockdown. Not too many dramas. And confidence from Dumao. Like, 2 of his teammates have just died, and then he's just trying to chase down and get that kill. So closes it off, gets it done, and now it should be the 6th. Very unlikely we're going to see the P250 of Frozen with 4 Glocks alongside it, taking down all 5. And these are the type of rounds as well where if you want, as MOUZ Sports, just hit the brakes. Siphon out all that utility, force them to use their protocol nades, the mollies, the smokes. They'll have to reinvest in all of that. So there shouldn't be too much of a rush in a round like this. And this is the thing with GODSENT. I want to point out the CT setup while we have a bit of time here. Dumao and Phelps are going to be pivotal in a map like this, right? They are dealing with a lot of the yard plays. If players will slip down Secret, one of them will be finding themselves, either getting across the Secret early, going straight towards ramp, towards lower. Those two and how they choose to approach rounds can be the difference between GODSENT making a comeback or maybe GODSENT falling flat on their face. Taco over towards ramp, and then you can have Lado and Barton locking down top. Speak of Lado, there he is. One to find, Frozen again, and there it is. So 13-6, and we will see the rifles come out now. Torzi with 5.4, plenty of cash to his name. And look, we've seen GODSENT as well in the past on this map, like to bring out double AWPs with Taco on ramp. So they do have some fruity little setups there they like to run on GODSENT. We hopefully get enough rounds to see some of them.
This is really the first test for GODSENT. Are they going to be able to deal with the buy of MOUZ in the second half? Because they were just getting outgunned, just destroyed really throughout that first half when it came to the rifles. If GODSENT finds some success early in this,
Aggro.
might turn around their fate. Dumao gets aggressive. He's nearly caught by the rifle. The timing could have been better for him to get out of position now, Chad.
Oh, they're across, and they really put the CTs on notice here. More chip damage through the smoke, just tagging away, but it is unconfirmed. They have gotten the real estate they're looking for. So not only do they have warehouse, they have secret, and JDC is anchoring lobbies. So right now, this is feeling like a bit of a dream for Dexter. If they can weasel their way down secret without too much traction, force a rotation, that's going to allow Frozen to potentially make his way around heaven and flank, so we'll keep an eye on that.
A little bit of a sound cue being made. I don't know if Vlado was able to hear it, but certainly not now. He has no ears on his head. In fact, has no head at all. But Trick comes in, at least JDC down for the 1-for-1. Under a minute left in this clock. GODSENT have sent Phelps down to the lower side to try and deal with this threat. It is certainly a difficult threat to deal with. Nearly gets caught with a flash as he drops back, but Phelps able to come back out for the swing. Torzi goes down. Bomb down now for MOUZ, but there's still a player in the deficit. They're going to try and pull these kills back, and Dexter is the man that does that. He's looking for the follow-up, and once again, it is GODSENT who are coming back into the retake, but with 3 players all from the same position, trying to charge down Dexter. It's going to work out, so it has to be MBK and Frozen. Frozen has a molly for this post-plant as well. He can buy some time. Flash to allow the peek out from MBK to try and get this advantage pulled back, and MBK will certainly do that. Molly in from GODSENT, just trying to hold Frozen back right now, but they have to get onto the bomb. They have to get onto the defuse. Frozen swinging, but can't do much about it, and the retake is there for GODSENT.
Oh, a couple of keys there, isn't it? Frozen, right? Just chilling in warehouse, hoping to catch somebody trying to come down secret behind, but we've seen multiple rounds already from GODSENT. They like to retake from ramp, right? Heavy presence, it was there on the pistols, here again, but there's so much pressure will go down, so this will allow MOUZ to go for a half-buy. Galil, some MAC-10s, an upgraded pistol, and some util as well, and this is looking like it'll be a top pop coming out of MOUZ.
Just waiting for the time to strike. Barton's position, not really going to be too expected for these MAC-10s to be hopping out. He's going to get away with 1. Oh, nearly an issue if he stays up here, but he's actually getting away with 1, 2, and 3. Barton is a bowling ball, just knocking down all the pins. It's just a shutdown for the GODSENT side. 8 rounds now added to the tally. Starting to have a little bit of breathing room for what feels like the first time in this game, Chad.
Yeah, and the conversation before we went to half was if GODSENT can win the pistol and then avoid the force by walls. Well, they avoided the force by walls by winning the force of their own, and they've actually set themselves up in a pretty good position. 13-8, not too shabby as a timeout taken. And this is going to be the first MOUZ timeout. You can understand why. But this is an opportunity for Cycler and the new coach over there. Dane played in Tricked a bunch of other teams over there within that region.
And obviously with has the experience of the XT guys. True. And that's going to be very comfortable for these players coming out of that academy team. They have the person who was really leading the way for that team and where they found their most success. So there is that link between the 2 rosters coming through for this new team.
Yeah, and I still am very surprised just to see huge performances with JDC and Torzi out of the gate. Like, it's opening picks and clutches, and it's been really fun to watch so far. But now closing out the game, this is a bit of a different beast, right? This is where maybe some nerves can start to slip in. It is only a best of 1s, but it's a little bit more cutthroat in the play-ins, right? Best of 1 for the opener, then best of 3 for the rest. Same situation, win 2 and you're through, lose 2 and you're out. Is there a change-up just here? Do MOUZ AWP, relatively aggressive, looking for a find. Smoke's dropping, forcing him elsewhere. Displaced. Here comes Phelps. He's very noisy coming secret.
The gap in that smoke now stopped. Frozen charges in towards the warehouse. Gets taken out by the 5-7. MBK quick to tread that out as he charges his way down in towards secret. Dumao, nice shot on the AWP, and Dexter has the bomb on his back. He needs to get there with his teammates. He's stuck.
Yeah, well, the fact he's picks with the AWP, I think he might have different plans here, and definitely so now. Button from top hut, JDC's down, and Dexter and MBK, well, the 2 with the most experience on this roster right here. Left in a 2-on-4 situation. So much time on the clock.
Still a very difficult round to pull off here.
Yeah, I think a round like this is, if they don't find anything, if a kill doesn't come their way, if MBK doesn't hit a jumping absolute banger right now, then it's a round where you could even justify saving.
Money is not good at all for MOUZ, and you make a big investment getting that AWP into play with it really not finding anything.
This is, look, if they save the AW, it looks like they want to get stuck in, right? The smoke is going to facilitate this plant. So they are looking to risk it all here.
You have to use the rifle here of MBK to clear these tight corners. This AWP is not going to be great to clear out Raptors. Oh, smoke goes down. Okay, Lado swings into Dexter, and now the rifle isn't needed. Bomb goes down into the site, and maybe that's the small weakness, that opening to get MOUZ into the round.
Okay, well, he's been able to get away. This is going to be causing some real problems. Barton late down the vent. MBK over towards Windows side. They're really taking their time about this, GODSENT.
This could break their backs. This could break that momentum. Dexter's found another one. 2 kills into this, and he's got the right read. He spotted the player with a shot. Barton dodges it like he's in the Matrix. It's all on MBK. 1 versus 2 with a rifle, but a very good position to deal with this. It's planted for him. Shots there. Low HP player down, and that time, it's ticking. MBK's just playing with his food right now, and MOUZ have got the round. How have they done that, Chad? I have no idea.
They were given, there's so much space being given. They're just taking liberties. Dexter's an AWPer, apparently. The one that he missed, we'll forget about, but the 2 to get them into that position. It feels like there's some real rust going on right now with some of these individuals, right?
I think it's that one peek out from Lado is what loses the round. It's just, that's the move that just gives MOUZ that one opening. That was the only way they really get into that.
It felt like there should have been no way, right? Because with Lado in that position and a player over there towards Shadow, it feels like the site was closed. It feels like there should have been absolutely no way back in. That's 14 for MOUZ now. They weren't able to retain the AWP, so they are down to rifles. There is a chance for GODSENT to stop this immediately here. This time it's just a bit more posturing, but look how many nades they have left. It's a couple of smokes, a couple of flashes, and a Molotov remaining for a minute 30 worth of play. This is not going to get easy for MOUZ.
Maybe they just try and focus in on eliminating Taco from the ramp, giving themselves a few options, try and pull a couple rotations down. Taco's position is adjusted. He's still got utility as well to slow it down, and Taco realizes going down in this position, you can't happen.
Yeah, look, it's a good play from Taco, right, not to give up his life, but again, there's just a lot of pressure being applied, and GODSENT, they don't have a whole lot of info. Okay, we've given up ramp, but what else, right? Dumao now is floating around. Him and Phelps both heavily rotated over to try and help on out. It doesn't feel like everything's exactly where it needs to be just yet. But Phelps is finally clawing back a bit of info. Dumao up the ladder. The timing is just working against GODSENT every step of the way.
You're going to see us go big time. This is really working for MOUZ. They're getting map control with no information being picked up by GODSENT, not having to use any utility. This secret walkout from Phelps, he's just going to stay down there, so they have no idea. There's no information being picked up. And even if they do, MBK's ready, and now that's the signal to go. They charge in 30 seconds. MOUZ in a position that can wrap from heaven, and the pressure now. Look at the bait and switch from the ladder just to get the info. The trade is in from Torzi, and now Dumao in the side being puncher from so many different sides. MOUZ just everywhere on the server right now, and it's just taken out this GODSENT side. They have no idea where they were getting shot from.
It feels very similar to the first half for GODSENT, right? Remember, there was a lot of rounds where, you know, maybe they would find themselves in a 4-on-4, or maybe they would even be able to get a bit of room on the map, but then MOUZ would just push lobby and just hold some fortified positions, and they would be making really good plays. And the same thing again right now, the timing on the fade of that smoke, they're forcing big rotations. This is really lovely stuff to see out of MOUZ Sports early. Gotta stop putting the sports on the end.
Just MOUZ.
This should be it right now. 3 Deagles, 2 MP9s, not a defuse kit in sight, and a faster play coming out now from MOUZ as they look to trundle down Secret quite quickly.
Lato will spot the feed on the tight angle. Frozen aware of that possibility. Tries to eliminate Lato early, but unable to do so. MOUZ getting the Secret control and so much time to play with here. They can slow it right down.
Now, look, they knew that they were going to be up against a bit of a force fight here. So with all this space, last time they were in a situation like this, they decided to go in through main and they got absolutely dismantled. This time round, looking to take those rifles over towards Heaven, and that might be the right play. It is just Dumao over towards the locker room. If they eliminate him, they should have free passage up Heaven. It'll just be Barton up on the top rope with that MP9.
And with the way they're approaching, they're not pressured at all, so they should be methodical and leave no stone unturned. This position for Dumao should be checked, and the timing, oh, he's not going to be checked. And oh, it's worked out finally in his favor with a shot.
Oh,
dear. They were free. Dumao just unable to pick it up. And that was the chance to really start things here. Phelps' turn to try and get GODSENT into this round. Deagle position close. They don't check him again. Dexter goes down. Follow up for Phelps, unable to be found. Taco's rotate down. It's good for 1. It's still a 3v3, Chad.
Yeah, this has gotten messy again. Frozen on the flank right here could change it all. There's 1. Lado's down, 2 to find.
Flank around MP9. Oh, if he had a rifle, certainly a kill there, but trying to rattle away at the high HP player. Taco tries to swing with a distraction, and now it's all on Barton. 1 versus 3. Bomb's starting to be planted. He can deny 9 seconds. Torzi drops him in return. MOUZ Sports get it done. Strong showing at the start of IEM Katowice.